This is a deep question. That's a bloody hard one.
When was the last time you cried and why? I cried this morning. I didn't know why I was crying for a second, but then I figured out it was because I was feeling lonely. I've been living in London for a year and a half. I haven't seen my family for a really long time. I come from Norway and Oslo, and we don't have more than like 5 million people in the whole country, and then you come to a big city like London, and there's so many people, so many impressions.
When do you know you've fallen out of love with someone? Well, I've only ever really been with one person, seriously. It's my current girlfriend. So friendship, that would be something a little bit different, but it's the same concept. So my friends started doing all this crazy stuff. A few of them got arrested, and I was like, nah, I can't really be doing that, because it was like four years or something. So I ended up going to uni because I wanted to do something actually with myself. I like talking to people, I like mixing up. That's why I do restaurants. So you can go anywhere with a restaurant as well, and you always have that sense of community, so you can always have more friends. I also should have done restaurants from when I was like 16, and I would have had my own one by now, I reckon. But it still gave me some kind of education, so I can't complain. I don't regret anything, really. I feel like I've done it all right.
Do you think the image you have of yourself matches the image people see you as? Nah, people only see a side that you show them. But obviously, like everybody else, we're all multifaceted. They only see how you react to that particular situation. So we're all different. We all have different ideas, different characters, you know.
What's the most shattering experience that you've had with your self-esteem? My art teacher actually said, "You are so useless. The best thing you can do is run all my messages." I think it was the word useless. It made me feel two things: relieved that I didn't have to do it anymore, and very angry and determined not to be useless at other kids.
What do you see as your biggest failure? I once ran a newspaper in New York called New York Newsday, and it made quite a mark on the city of New York. And yet a new head of our corporation came in and killed it. Sometimes resilience and determination and idealism is not enough.
What's something you've learned about yourself in the past year? Learning who I'm becoming as a mother to my 4 children. They've taught me so much in the past year, and who I am as a person since turning 30. I used to feel quite alone as a teenager. I don't feel alone anymore. I know that I've always got my 4 beautiful babies to look after me.
If you could have a memory erased, what would it be and why? When I was a baby in my mother's belly, I wanted to go out before the due date, and so the doctors made me stay in her belly. Now, since that moment, I'm claustrophobic. It has a lot of impacts in my life, so I can't take the elevator, the tube. I'm very stressed all the time.
Can you think of a time your actions conflicted with your morals? So many times growing up, there's a few things that I'm still dealing with. I think it's harder when you put a lot of pressure on yourself to get things right all the time, and then one little thing that changes or takes you out of your zone just throws you off completely. So yeah, it's really just learning how to say no and learning to just trust myself, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to have to deal with the repercussions, the consequences, the feelings of regret or whatever that emotion is after a situation.
Who is the one person you can't forgive and why? I don't think there's anybody I can't forgive, because I feel like we're all on this earth doing the best we can. There's definitely people I still harbor resentment about, but that's my own failing. But I definitely feel like I could forgive them because I know, like, they know not what they do, you know, that kind of a thing. Sometimes, especially if you're getting like very desperate situations, like when you're hurt or when, you know, like hurt people. And so I feel like that in of itself can deserve forgiveness.
The message I have for people, if you are in a situation or there were times where your actions conflicted with your morals, firstly, you need to take accountability, forgive yourself, and then moving forward, ultimately just listening to yourself and making sure that you know and you're doing what you feel like you need to do, regardless of how you think others will feel about it, because you know what feels right to you.
If my family was here in front of me right now, I think I would ask them if they were proud of me, but at the same time I know they are. So maybe I would say just I miss you guys.